Urban Assault Squad have proven to be one of the most hell-raising, destructive tag teams in NWA Wildside. And BioHazard, Onyx, with the help of the Wildside Heavyweight Champion, was able to defeat these guys. With Silo Storm, it was a tough job, and they ended the career of Silo Storm. They drove him off in the back of a truck, and we never heard from him again. But Rampage looks a little bit bigger than Silo Storm.
Yeah, I dare say. And interestingly, seeing BioHazard going for some traditional and rudimentary wrestling moves against Shadow Jackson. We're talking about a guy who hung BioHazard just a few weeks ago here in Wildside.
There's just been a ton of bad blood here.
But it goes to show you about as much hatred and as much retribution and revenge that you have in your opponents. Frankly, pro wrestling is what you do. And that is certainly what BioHazard, the nuclear accident from Texas, has planned. Whoa!
BioHazard sweeps the leg and a kick to the face. This guy can hit you as hard as anybody. Plain evidence there.
And of course, accompanying the Urban Assault Squad is JC North, without a doubt the whitest black man you'll ever meet.
Michael Jackson ain't that white, folks.
I don't know, I think he might be. But regardless, Michael couldn't make it, but JC North did. As we're seeing our first look at Rampage.
Oh, Rampage with a big shoulder tackle there, looking impressive. His first official in-ring Wildside maneuver.
Boy, and the last thing that Shadow Jackson saw was the flying shoulder of Rampage. But an eye rake certainly slows things down.
Oh, nice Northern Light suplex with a bridge by Rampage.
Shadow able to power out. Nemesis in just for insurance purposes.
Snapmare takeover, tag made into BioHazard.
Rampage definitely no small potatoes.
The Hazard going to the top rope. Rolling neck snap. And BioHazard with a quebrada. 2 count. Nemesis quickly in there to make the save for his partner.
Pair of Dory Funk-like forearms. Shadow Jackson. Oh my!
Shadow Jackson with a short power bomb really rung the bell of BioHazard there. And now Nemesis, the man Shadow Jackson claims is a 7-time Harley Race Tough Man Award winner. Didn't know that award existed, but I'm not going to question him.
Well, you can ask Harley Race. I think somebody may have asked Harley Race, and Harley never heard of the guy either.
Whoa! Shoulder tackle into the lower back there. And BioHazard has quickly had the wind taken out of his sails in this matchup.
And BioHazard realizing there's no way he was able to kick out. Was he able to get a leg in that bottom rope?
Big chop. Trade of chops there. Nemesis whips BioHazard in with all his might. The momentum even sent him to the ground. Shadow now in to continue the mugging. Oh, and the side slam.
Shadow Jackson, one of the tried and true professionals of Wildside, going back up to the Wildside's early days. And boy, JC North now opening up on the fallen BioHazard. Sending BioHazard in back first on that security railing.
Rampage in there to break up the pinfall again there for his partner.
Where's again the audible tag. Seems to be a running motif here this evening.
Double underhook suplex by Nemesis, hook of the leg. BioHazard with a strong kick out at 2. Nemesis playing head games there with BioHazard.
I tell you, with this, all these bald heads going crazy here tonight, as the tag team scene heating up beyond belief. And BioHazard just gutting some serious pain with firing back at Nemesis. And Nemesis just dumping BioHazard.
Nemesis with the T-bone. And BioHazard landed very uncomfortably onto his skull. And a hip toss into the corner. Nemesis is really working over this guy. This whole threesome is.
Rampage is beginning to lose it, seeing his tag team partner BioHazard being doubled, often triple teamed. All outside the eyesight of the referee. Bad break for BioHazard. BioHazard's found himself in this position more than a few times with the Urban Assault Squad.
And JC North throwing the foot off the bottom ropes. Thankfully, Speedy Nelson saw it. Will throw him out.
I think JC North has worn his welcome out. Wore it out a few months ago, actually. Blind tag by Shadow Jackson. And Rampage trying desperately to fire up his tag team partner BioHazard, who is getting handed it to him by the Urban Assault Squad.
And BioHazard, all 270 pounds of him, leaning back with pressure on that half Boston.
Shadow Jackson also weighs 270 pounds. The weight is proportioned a bit differently, but no less lethally. And Nemesis is proportioned in an entirely different way.
Nemesis now taking the total Boston Crab here. And again, really applying the pressure. You can see the antagonizing pain look on the face of BioHazard as he reaches the ropes. And thankfully for him, Rampage's anger is getting the best of him. Having a little tiff there with Speedy Nelson.
Unfortunately, Rampage's anger is not doing his partner BioHazard any favors whatsoever. Perhaps Rampage showing a little bit of a rookie error there. If he was standing on the other part of the apron, still in official legal tagging range, he might be within the tagging hands of his partner BioHazard. But sometimes in the heat of the battle, you make some unusual decisions.
Shadow winding it up and dropping the elbow there. A Rampage on the outside, but BioHazard is fighting back on the inside.
Could this be the break that BioHazard needs to make a tag? Unfortunately, BioHazard has taken this opportunity to go after Jackson. And a swift kick certainly did the trick. Well, what's left in the tank of BioHazard at this juncture?
And BioHazard insecure in the corner. He found it from somewhere down in him.
Boy, clocked the temple of Shadow Jackson. BioHazard takes an opportunity for a pin attempt. And unfortunately, Speedy Nelson has his hands full with interfering tag team partners on both fronts.
Nemesis float over suplex. Puts BioHazard on his stomach. Comes off the ropes. Oh, good grief. Nasty senton backsplash.
And a very convincing power out from BioHazard. What is this guy made of?
He's tough as nails.
Yeah, he better be. Against the Urban Assault Squad, you're going to need that and then some.
Wait a minute. BioHazard has the Cobra clutch. Side Russian leg sweep. Pray for death. Probably not the wisest maneuver on behalf of BioHazard, but he had a great position to get it in. Why not?
And unfortunately, JC North, taking advantage of some confusion here, brings a chair up on the apron. Oh, this is going to be a bad break for BioHazard.
It's Jay Fury!
And BioHazard and Rampage with their first ever tag team win.